It's almost 8:30, so I'm getting ready to head out. It doesn't feel as cold as I thought. Don't get me wrong, it's still cold. My temperature thermometer said 34, but that's basically inside one of my hip belt pockets. That's where the thermometer is, so it's probably a little bit colder than that, but there's no wind, so that's probably helping. But yeah, it definitely feels cold. I've yet to walk in any water. That's probably gonna make it extremely cold. But my kind of game plan right now, I'm going no socks, no insoles, because I figure that's just gonna absorb cold water, and neither of those is really gonna keep my feet warmer. Like you would think, oh, the socks will, but the socks are like soaked in cold water. I think that that's just gonna make it worse. So I'm thinking that at least this way the water will not absorb into my shoes because they're Crocs, and pretty much just wash straight off. And if I need to, I can just wash them with that like bandana or something to dry them out. And I also have my socks one's on my umbrella, and then this is my other trekking pole. So I'm kind of hoping that they'll dry out a little bit as I walk. And then that way, if it is bad enough where I take the road walk, those will be still drier than they would have been. And I can put those on my feet once I get to the road walk and go from there. So my friends didn't end up camping here. They stopped back at that trailhead that was like 0.8 back and just set up there. So I don't think anybody's passed me this morning, so they're still behind me, and might catch up, or they might catch up with me later, but we'll see. So it's kind of what the trail is so far, you know, just 10 minutes into it. It's like ankle deep. It's not as cold as I thought. It feels a lot like St. Mark's the other day. I mean, it definitely, like, even that short little puddle there, like, kind of gives you that numb, tingly feeling in your feet. I don't know if the no socks thing is, you know, it's hard to tell if it's working better than just wearing socks. Like I said, theoretically, I think it is, but when you're walking through freezing water like that, it all feels about the same. But I think it was definitely the right call not to be going through waist deep or even knee deep water. It's not so much, I think, the depth of the water as much as the amount of time that you would have been in it and the lack of ability to get out of it. Because like I'll walk through something like this so I can kind of see the end of it. I might be walking for like a minute and it's just ankle deep, but after that minute, like, I kind of really do need a little bit of a break to like let my feet like recover and warm up. If I would be like stuck in this for hours and there's like no dry ground or anything for me to, like I said, recover on, yeah, I think that would actually be pretty dangerous, because just this little bit of exposure is enough to start making your feet go numb. And oh, my feet are freezing. trying to make it to this dry ground up here. One issue I've had with these Crocs this morning, since I'm not doing a sock thing, my feet are kind of getting caught, like sucking through the mud. And that part, like right here, above my, like on the top of my foot, is like really rubbing against the top of that shoe. So if I do this all day, it's probably gonna create a gnarly blister. But I've gone about 0.7 or 8 from my campsite last night, and I got like less than half a mile to get to the road. The road is still on the trail, and I think you follow the road for at least several miles, I think. So I'm kind of hoping that road stays dry, and then in the process warms up a little bit. But like, I can't even go through this right now. I gotta let my feet kind of warm up a little bit. This is definitely a welcome sight. I got like 0.4 to the road, and based on the way it looks here, I'm hoping it's dry all the way there, because my feet are almost where it's painful. It's not painful yet, but it's extremely uncomfortable. So I'm hoping I get to the road, it's dry, and then it looks like you stay on the road for about 5 miles until it cuts off onto some more trail. And I think it's going to be more of this, like ankle deep stuff, and like these big long flooded sections with maybe some occasional dry ground. So I thought that this part here was going to be a road based on the map. I just kind of misread it. So as you can tell, there's a trail and it's immediately flooded. So it's 1.3 miles to get across here to the trailhead. So I don't know if it's just this section here that's flooded or if it's going to be most of it. I mean, I can kind of see it's dry right there. So cross our fingers, this is all we got. But there's not really, like, if I follow this all the way, there's not really a place that it reconnects. So just gotta deal with it. So I just came out there. They say this is Forest Road 13, or maybe Smith Creek Road. I'm going over here to see the Langston house. It's supposed to be a abandoned house, pioneer style or something. So it's not too far off trail. I'm just gonna take a look at it. So it's kind of unmaintained back here, and there is a path, but it doesn't look like it's used very often. I would mention that I probably wouldn't camp at this house. Some people have done that, and people have left comments that there's either barking dogs nearby that just bark all night. You also have a little bit of road noise, but I don't really consider that an issue. And then other people have just said that people drive up here and party at night, and I've kind of gotten surprise visitors from the locals. So I mean, you have like this big yard and everything, but be a good spot to like wait out a storm or something. But I don't think the entrance is on the side over here somewhere. Yeah. If you wanted to wait out a storm, it might be a good spot, but I don't think I'd take my chances camping here unless it was a real emergency. So it'll make it easy to get up here. Oh. I mean, it's pretty bare bones. It's like no insulation or anything. And there's some kind of electrical. There's a light. Guessing those are not original. And this looks like it was a porch. Probably a bathroom. Or no, probably the kitchen here. Roofs are kind of low. I mean, if you were any higher than 6 foot tall in there, you'd probably hit the ceiling. So this looks like where the wood stove or like a furnace or whatever for like a fireplace would be. This kind of looks like a, it's not really a shed, but like maybe some kind of storage. But yeah, it's pretty cool, I guess. So it doesn't take too long to get here, and we get to see a little bit of history. So, all right, back to the trail. So this is the Langston House trailhead again, back to where I was. Came out over there where that Florida Trail sign is, and this one's like the Bradwell Bay South big grassy parking lot. Except this one I would not camp at because you're next to this paved road, and there have been several cars on it since I've been here. So, and you're extremely visible. You got your signboard, map, and everything. So as you can see, this is the road walk that I kind of did. This is the bridge, road walk to here, came down to here, and then hit up here. Yeah, hit up here, and that's where Manus Camp was. And then this is, as you can see, Bradwell Bay proper, so that road walk kind of goes around the edge of it. And then this is, I skipped all of this. So I think when I come back to section hike, when I get done, I'll start back at this Oak Park Bridge. Probably do a day hike, camp right there at Monkey Creek, and then do this in the morning and knock it out. But this is where we're about to go. We're here. We got 1.3 miles to there. I think it's like 3 total to like right here, and then it starts hitting trails again. And then my alternate is basically, I don't think I'm gonna do it because my feet are holding up pretty good in the cold, but this Forest Road 111, you could split off here and basically take this all the way to Vila's camp. So I think I'll stick on the trail the whole day today, especially it's warming up. Kind of hoping on this road walk that my socks on my pack will dry out, and they're probably just gonna get wet as soon as I put them on, but you never know. Maybe, you know, the further we go, the less wet it gets, who knows. So I'm gonna road walk on Rice Creek, or not Rice Creek, whatever this is, Smith Creek, and then take a left and 1.3 miles for Forest Road 13. So I got to the, well, when I was doing that road walk down Smith Creek, or whatever that road is called, car pulled up and dropped off a hiker next to me. I'd never met before. So road walked with him all the way to Porter Lake, and then there was a big group of hikers already there. I don't know if they camped there or if that trail angel dropped them off there as well or something. I'm not sure, but we all kind of hung out there, chit chatted. Some people had some beers, just kind of swap stories and all that until about noon, and then we all headed out. I'm doing the trail. Pretty much the rest of them, there's like maybe 4 or 5 of them. They're gonna do the road walk and try to get to Bristol tonight, which on trail wise is like 40 miles. But like I said, the road walk, I think they said, is maybe 30 or less. So they'll probably get there late, if anything, but maybe they'll get a hitch or who knows. But still haven't seen the group that camped a mile behind me, even though we stayed there for like, I don't know, half an hour or something. So I guess they got a real late start or going slow or something. So the water is still cold, but I would say it's like a normal cold, not a crazy cold anymore. So, and I don't think it's going to be too deep. It's just going to be like this, where, you know, maybe shin deep at most. So it will be a little bit tricky to get there on time now because I took such a long break. It's like 18 trail miles, so it's going to be putting me there pretty close to sunset. It's not terrible, but not a huge fan of night hiking. So yep, it's going to be kind of a long day, but it is what it is. So as you can see on the picture, off trail again. I kind of getting better and better at catching myself just because I've probably done it so many times. But yeah, you just start walking down these forest roads and you're not seeing any blazes and you're like, okay, it turned off somewhere into here and I just missed it. So I said it's not a huge deal, but you know, I feel like I'm paying attention. I'm gonna see where this, I can see one of the blazes right here. I just want to see where this junction is, if I'm just blind as a bat or what. Because I've done this so many times now that, you know, you just start to wonder, is it me or the trail? So I see one right there, the backside of that tree. So I can see the turn off here in the dirt where it looks like the trail. There's definitely one there and one back there. So coming down the trail. Okay, so here's the southbound direction. I mean, it's just like, okay, here's this forest road that I've been walking on. There is a blaze there, and there is a trail that goes there, but it's kind of, I mean, I can't even see it. Like, if they took this plan out here, maybe. But honestly, I think they should have it on this tree, because this is where you're looking. You're looking at, okay, I'm on the trail, and I'm looking at trees next to the trail. I think they should have like a right turn blaze, like right there. Because this one, in my opinion, is too far off. You know, I guess if you're staring at your phone, you know the turn's coming up and you're looking way over here, you'd see it. But if you're just scanning trees next to that road, you'll miss it like I did. So, anyways, back on trail. I don't know what causes this, but this mud is super slippery. Like, I mean, my shoes have almost zero traction. Probably does not help at all, but I mean, it's like, I've had ice with more traction. So, ironically, the slipperiest thing I've ever walked on is always mud. When I was in the Smokies, after it snowed there, the mud was like slipperier than ice. So I don't know what it is about certain kinds of mud. I mean, my foot just like, it's just crazy. Certain kinds of mud, whenever it gets wet, it's just super slippery. So this is Sapling Head Camp. Looks like you get one there. Two definitely. 3, if you really want to, 4. So I would say 1, 2, 3 comfortably. 4 if you were pretty intentional, and 5 if you were really trying to squeeze. But I'd say it's right on trail, so it wouldn't be a bad place to camp, but still got ways to go. Been mostly dry through this section, but there are definitely segments. This one's a little bit bigger than the other ones that I've been going through, but there's a bunch of that slippery mud through this section. This is kind of getting up to knee deep. It is warm enough though that, you know, if I had to do that Bradwell Bay today, I think I would have been fine. Well, I said a day. Not this morning, but like in this kind of weather. Or like tomorrow morning, because like it is still like a little bit, like I guess all water is usually just a little bit cold, so there's still that, but you know, I could walk in this for hours and you know you're not going to get hypothermia. And even if I had to go straight to my sleeping bag after getting out of this, I wouldn't really be worried about it. So I said the timing was just kind of unfortunate that it was on the coldest morning of the year, but I said I can't change it, so